Here we are at the F1 Broadcasting Centre in Biggin Hill, Bromley, in the UK, and this was a special moment for us here at Lover of Cars.
This is a broadcast, the main place where everything you see in relation to F1 on our screens happens. That's TV, mobile, laptop, and tablets. And this place is an epicenter of all those worlds coming into one.
In partnership with the kind folks at Lenovo and with F1, we are here for the first time being given a glimpse of how things work when it comes to F1 broadcasts.
On the back of that, we were given a rare opportunity to sit down with key personnel who helped us understand the operational deliverance of what happens from track to media center to our screen.
Without wasting much time, let's get into it.
Perfect. So here we are again. So F1 Broadcasting Centre, Biggin Hill. Wow, freshly done, ready as we're here. And it's a great day for us. We're like in Candyland.
Good.
As big F1 fans. And it's really good to just be here with you. Would it be okay if you just introduce yourself for our audience so everyone knows who you are?
Yeah, of course. So Amie Smith, I'm the head of IT systems and support. So essentially I am responsible for the corporate infrastructure, sort of the back end computing, as well as front end user support, laptops, desktops, phones, service delivery, all of that wonderful sort of cherry on top piece.
Backbones.
Wonderful
Yeah, exactly.
Backbones.
The backbone and the front end.
I love that, I love that. We'll introduce ourselves to you formally. My name is Ben Abuaji. I'm founder of Lover of Tech Media, and that consists of many things. Lover of Tech being the main tree, and then followed by Lover of Cars, which we do together, and then many other parts of the Lover of Tech team. Obviously, the tech side of things is all consumer electronics, you know, things that people will buy every year, 2 years, 3, 4 years, that make up their life: phones, laptops, TVs, you know, home appliances. And Lover of Cars is something we officially started together last year, January 2023. So we co-host that together. So I'll pass it over to T for you to introduce yourself.
Tender, also known as TC. I co-host with Ben for Lover of Cars. I also look after all the content, so the backbone like yourself for Lover of Tech Media. So the content that goes across all channels, that's Lover of Tech, Cars, gaming, Cut Down, and many other entities.
Many other entities, a lot of things.
The social side as well. So and dealing with our channel partners and mentoring everyone else that comes in touch with us.
So that's us. So, you know, I'll throw the first question out there. Like, how does it feel to be at this point where we can even be here with you so you can show us what happens logistically and operationally here?
Crazy is the honest answer. I think, you know, we all have a day job, right? And we all sort of think no one cares about our day job. And I think every so often it's kind of easy when you're in it day to day to lose sight of sort of the fact that to other people it's so impressive. I mean, I am a bit of an F1 fan, so I haven't really lost that. I'm still impressed what we do. I'm very proud to work for the brand that we are and the organisation that we are. As a sport, you know, we've grown massively, and that's obviously something that you're really proud to be a part of, but you do kind of lose sight of the fact that people might care about sort of the IT behind F1 or being in the office that we come to every day. You know, I've been coming here, I've been at F1 for 10 years now. Okay. I've been coming to this office for 10 years, and it's kind of a little bit crazy that people are jealous that they could walk into what is my office. But
Your domain.
Yeah, right.
I guess for me, what I'll go the different route with Ben is many businesses and organisations are going around the route of bringing in the younger generation. What is this organisation doing to get the younger generation more interested in the type of job you do or becoming part of something like this? So,
I mean, there's a few initiatives, right? So for a start, I think the nature of a company like this is we're very lucky that we attract people, right? Because we're exciting. So something that I always say to my support engineers is, you are IT support. You can be IT support at a lot of organisations. You might be, I don't know, harbour side at Monaco 1 week of the year. It adds an element to it, and we're very lucky that we attract young talent and a lot of talented individuals for that. Also passionate, because the sport just brings that out in people. But we also do a lot of initiatives. So we work with communities, we work with schools, we help try and inspire sort of women in STEM is something I'm really sort of particularly passionate about. So, you know, we try and reach out, especially to local schools, local areas. but we've also got, working with F1 in schools, working with sort of, even down to like F1 Academy, obviously reaching out, trying to get more women involved, which is something, again, very passionate about. But we also are just lucky that people want to work for us. You know, we're an exciting brand.
Yeah. Do you think the heritage of F1 adds to that as well?
Oh,
Because I like to class ourselves as modern legacy F1 fans.
Okay.
So early 2000s.
Okay.
Right. So early 2000s for me was definitely the hassle that Mika Hakkinen used to give Michael Schumacher. He was one of those racers where, being a McLaren fan, he made sure if Schumacher was getting a win, it was a win he had to really fight for. You see, do you think the heritage of that going back from then helps with people just wanting to, or have you seen more people that want to work for F1, they've seen it as a fresh new thing?
A bit of both.
Okay.
We're very lucky to have a lot of heritage and a lot of history in our sport, right? We go back decades. We've had some wonderful, wonderful times in those decades. You know, I think there is a misconception that sort of the racing like changes a lot, when actually F1's a story that's been around for 70 odd years, and there's been passionate racing in that entire time, you know. So we are very lucky to have such deep rooted heritage. I think we do definitely have a new generation of fan, I think it's fair to say. So you've got to call it Out Drive to Survive, right? It's brought in a load more people. It's reached an audience that I think F1 wouldn't necessarily have reached, because for me, I think it shows you the drivers, right? And they're the personalities. So if you look at a car going around in a circle 50 times.
NASCAR.
If you're not into cars, for example, but when you're thinking about that driver, you care about the team, you know the team principle, you know the drama behind the scenes. You really care suddenly, and actually that Haas falling to the back of the grid, suddenly you really care because you understand the impact of it. And I think that's what's really been quite impressive over the last few years. And I've really noticed, obviously, as I say, I've worked here for 10 years, right? But, you know,
which is to be commended. Congrats for that. That's a decade. That's no small accolade at all. So keep flexing that. We love it.
It makes me feel very old that I've been here.
Keep flexing it.
But you do, you know, I was, and honestly, this isn't a lie. This is the real story. I was in Whitstable at the weekend, walking down fish and chips, and someone walked past and was talking about where Checo was going to end up next season. And you sort of have a moment where you think,
that's what I represent. That's what I'm part of.
And I think it's times like that, like I say, and you know, if you guys come in here and seeing what we do, it makes you really proud to be a part of it, and also a little bit crazy that people care that much.
My cheekbones are hurting because of the smile. No, kid you not. For us, we come from it. You know, we've lived lots of, you know, Sundays watching it. You know, as kids where there wasn't that on-demand access that we had. We did not have on-demand access at the time, right? How do you think, in terms of working with Lenovo, the communications and IT backend, how do you think that's aided to add into that? You know, because for us, we didn't have that. Now there is. You know, how big, when you get that feedback, do you realize that actually that's our systems really doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we're a broadcast company, right, that rely heavily on technology. That's how we have to look at it. And I think where technology is constantly growing, it's constantly improving, the innovation that Lenovo are bringing with them, it just helps us to compute more. We can process more data at a time. We can send more data back. We can, you know, we can run data through our systems and actually get that real-time graphic of, you know, how much did they turn left, you know. And I think you know, it's insane. And I think, you know, back when you were just watching cars go around in a circle, essentially, without all the graphics, without the extra data, you could see it. And if you were passionate, you could still understand it. But I think now you've got so much information at your fingertips, you feel like you're there. You know? You can really understand what position those drivers are in. You can see the milliseconds between cars. You know, it's crazy to help, but it helps you understand the fight. And I think that's what technology is helping us do, because it's helping us to be able to process all of that data, give it to the fans, and then hopefully create a better show.
In the same process with Lenovo being at the heart of it, what really changed for your team that's kind of gone right? That was a challenge before, and this is now a solution that leads to something else.
You've hit the nail on the head. So I think the Lenovo partnership is definitely a two-way partnership. What we've done is we've gone to Lenovo and said, this is our problem, help us. And we're very lucky having the partnership that we don't only get the technology, we get the expertise. We get, you know, the team at Lenovo, they come to us, they say, we've developed this product, how can it help F1? Or we can turn around and we can say, we really want to achieve X, Y, Z, can you help us? And they sit with us, they work it out. You know, it's a real collaboration piece. It's not just a one-way, here's the laptop, here's the server. It very much is a collaboration between the two of us, and I think we've pushed them definitely, but they've also pushed us.
So then it sounds really strong in it being a solution-orientated based collaboration. With that in mind, to wrap this all up, because we could sit here talk all day, and we would love to. Like, this is amazing for us. Everything moves in the decades, right? We're getting into the end of the decade. Regulations are changing 2026. 2020, 2030 is not that far off. Where do you hope to see, you know, the progression of the IT systems get to where it really matches that? Because that's the formula of everyone. If you look at any other sport, if you don't watch it for maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, you come back, it's the same sport. But something about Formula One changes enough where you almost need another curriculum study, which is a good thing. It's what makes it exciting. But where do you want to see that in 2030?
My honest answer is I would love to have no idea, because I just think we can just push it. You know, we as a company and as a sport, we constantly like to push ourselves, right? We want to be at the forefront of technology. We want to be innovative, you know, whether that's from the engines in the cars affecting road cars, whether that's down to the technology we're using, pushing Lenovo to help us develop it. I honestly would love to sit here and say I have no idea, because I'm excited for what's going to happen. And honestly, that is where we're at, because, you know, we're constantly, as I say, we're being pushed and we're pushing them in both ways. So I think the possibilities are endless.
You're like me, I like a good surprise.
I mean, if you'd have asked us 5 years ago if we would be sitting in this, we probably all would have said, oh, I'd love to be. And we are. So I think we can, you know, we can only dream for what we can achieve.
Amie Smith, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. That's great.